Welcome back. In this short video, I want to go through some very simple ICT setups that anyone can copy and do exactly the same. The first one I'm going to look at is this one here, where we have this move down, and the key is time. For Asia, the ICT kill zone start time is 7 p.m. So from 7 p.m, I'm looking for a setup. Now, if I've got a market that's dumping down prior to the open of the session, to me, that is the manipulation, that is the false move. So I'm looking to fade that, okay? In particular, I'm looking for any bearish signature that I can see above that I might be able to target once I get a setup to long that market. If I don't get a setup, I don't trade. So here we can see that we have a bullish ICT signature to long that market. What is the setup? Well, you can see we've got these 3 down candles that take out liquidity. This is inside of the 7 p.m. ICT kill zone for Asia, okay? Now we take liquidity and we get a movement up. So now any movement down into these 3 down candles, which is the bullish order block, is an entry to go long, okay? So that's where I take a long entry, okay? I take a long entry from that level, and all I'm targeting is an easy exit, which is this bearish favorite gap, which is going to be premium, okay? Once price reaches that level. Now that is by no means a small range. If we measure the range from entry to the exit, that's over or very close to 200 pips. In fact, I think it's more than 200 pips. If I take the right level there and measure up, it's 200 plus pips. Okay, just on that little movement there. Very straightforward. No complexity at all. You've got liquidity. It's a turtle soup entry. You're waiting for confirmation, which is this pullback into the bullish order block. And all you're looking for is for this to go up to a premium PDA rate and align that with time, right? This here is 7:30. This here is a new hour, 8 p.m., which is basically the second hour of the Asia session. Asia opened at 7 p.m. And so if you have a target level, which is that bearish favorite gap, okay, which is a premium PDA rate entering from a discount, if you get there, you got to look at what time are you getting there. You're getting there right on 8 p.m., which is the new hour. So you want to think about either locking in your profits, putting your stops to break even, or closing out, right? Closing out your trade, because you may reverse from there, because that is a new hour. And you can see that is in fact what happens. The market then uses that low as liquidity for that initial movement on the open. Okay, now the next setup again needs to be aligned with time. So the next hour is 9 p.m. Okay, right there. Okay, 9 p.m. And I look at every hour. Do I get a setup in the new hour? Okay, and I do. What I see is these equal lows. Okay, the market right at 9 p.m. comes down and takes out liquidity. Okay, and you can see once again we have 3 nice down candles that take out liquidity at what time? 9 p.m. brand new hour. Okay, what do we have then? Then we have displacement moving up. Okay, and what's the entry? Well, the entry is going to be a push down into the bullish order block, which is basically these 3 down candles. This is the push down, right? It's all happening inside of the first 15 minutes of the new hour, 9 p.m. What could be the target? Well, this is where the market has engineered liquidity. This here is the previous hourly high. That is the high at 8 p.m. So on the new hour, the easy target will be the high of the previous hour, where the algorithm has engineered liquidity. Why is that engineered liquidity? Well, everybody is short from there, okay? Perhaps from that PDRA at 8 p.m. the open of the session. And where are their stops? Well, their stops are going to be just above that high, sitting up there. What sort of stops are they? They are buy stops. When the people are short, they're going to have buy stops in case the market moves up just like it has here, so that they can limit their losses. And this is where I accumulate, right? New hour after liquidity has been taken, and a key time, right, to trade the Asia session 9 p.m. or 9:30, okay? And I want to be targeting where there are liquidity pools above the market, where others have got their stops above. Easy exit, okay? Am I talking about these in hindsight? Not at all. These were posted in the VIP community. This is the first trade, okay, that I have taken. You can see the time there, 7:30, and you can see the instructions, the guidance, taking a long, targeting 30.10, stops under the current low, right? Targeting 30.10, which is just there, right, just above that premium PDRA from the long here, and the stops just under the low, okay? And that is the exact trade that I have posted here on Twitter, okay? That first trade there from 7:30 into the PDRA. We got the target, right, 30.10, but I exited inside of the premium PDRA. You can see the target, you can see the exit there, right? I don't have to wait for 31.0, right? That's 30.09.43, pretty close to where I said I'm going to be taking profits, although we did hit 30.10 anyway, okay? And then I also posted the second trade, right? Again, in advance to my community, okay, right here. So this was now the 9 p.m. long, okay, taking along here at 9 p.m. and expecting that we're going to take out the high of 8 p.m., okay, provided the exact signal, and that's the exact trade that I've taken here. That was the target, right? And I also posted that on my Twitter profile Okay, so these are not done. I'm not showing you this in hindsight. These are signals provided to my community inside of the VIP, and these are the trade that I've done. So there's a 9 p.m. liquidity taken. There's the entry of the order block up to the previous hourly high. Let's continue, because this lesson is about how to take entries on the shorter time frame. The key is to take those entries, look for those setups at key ICT kill zones, right? 7 p.m. is the Asia ICT kill zone. Okay, so that's why I'm looking for something around that time. Got it set up at 7:30. Easy exit to premium PDRA. The next setup would be at 9 p.m. Now, there was a setup at 8 p.m. as well. Every hour should offer you a setup if you understand what you're looking for. So the 8 p.m. setup was a short from premium back down to discount, okay, at the open, straight down there. I didn't take that, but the setup was there. Instead, I chose to take the 9 p.m. setup, right, which was this one here, okay, where, as I've explained, that we've taken liquidity, right, at 9 p.m. We've taken these lows, and we've got a setup, and I'm just targeting previous hourly high. Just easy entries, easy exits, nothing fancy, okay? It's just make it easy. There's no need to be complex, no need to be targeting all-time highs. Just make it easy so we can lock in those profits, okay? So what's the next trade? The next trade is then at the London session. Now, for this one, what I did, I was looking at, I always have multiple time frames, so I've got different monitors. So here, London, okay, this is London, right, look at the time, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., that's all London, right? And we've got a fair value gap here on the hourly chart. Okay, so this is the fair value gap here on the hourly chart. Now, I took this trade based on the fact that we are in the hourly fair value gap. Okay, and I waited for the new hour. Okay, so let me show you. So here is on this left-hand side. Okay, here is 3 a.m. right? Now, at that point, we're still going down, but then at 4 a.m., which is the last hour of London, we started to move up, okay? So this here is a movement up. Now there's liquidity here, okay? So if I just draw there, right there is liquidity. Now this here is a new hour, right? You've got to be looking for your opportunity at every hour. That there is 4 a.m. What does 4 a.m. do? It comes and takes this liquidity, okay? And comes into this fair value gap, right? So this is all happening inside of the hourly fair value gap, okay? So there's alignment there, right? So at 4 a.m., I take that long, okay? Which is right there. You can see we start to move up, and I simply target previous swing high, okay? And you can see we get that, and that there is the 7 a.m. candle, right? So if I continue moving along, just squeeze this a bit, so right there, that there is a 7 a.m. candle that takes out, I'll just draw a line here at this swing high. That was my target. That was 300 pips, okay? Easy setup, new hour, right? I'm showing you everything easy, every trade at an hour, right? So around about, let me see, so somewhere inside of there, up to there, close to 300 pips, okay? Just taking this swing high in that 7 a.m. candle. Now, then, this is now 7 a.m. candle, a new hour, right? There was another entry, right? What do we see here? What do we see right there? That is equal lows, okay? Right there, equal lows, okay? This now is a new hour, right? This movement up here, this is 7 a.m. So, there was another setup to take a short, right? Down to, let's put a line here, these equal lows, okay? Now, I'm not showing you this in hindsight, right? There were members inside of VIP who took those shorts, right? Let me see if I can find that specific one for you. Okay, so this one here, okay, you can see 730 right down to the equal lows, okay? So students inside of VIP know exactly how to trade these, right? I've been teaching them, I still teach them, and I provide them guidance along the way every single day, okay? So that was the next hour, 7 a.m. short down to equal lows, okay? That was a beautiful 200 pips down, right? The student score, as I just shown you. And then let's now jump to a 15-minute time frame. Very easy trade on this 15-minute time frame was, let's just get to, here we go, okay? Again, new hour, let me just clean all this up, we don't need all these lines, okay? New York session, right? New hour, 10 a.m., right? What does 10 a.m. do? Pumps up into where? Pumps up into this fair value gap, right? Right there, okay? Pump up into a premium after doing what? Coming down, breaking structure, pumping up inside the new hour, 10 a.m. Again, new hour, 10 a.m. We're looking for trades every single hour, okay? And straight down to low of the day. Beautiful movement, right? Huge movement, all over 600 pips, okay? And that's all this is, folks. You've just got to know what you're looking for, understand a bit about bias, understand the ICT principles, and look for the setups at the key times, okay? And as I've shown you, nothing too complex, but this is what I teach inside of the VIP community, okay? If this is the kind of stuff that you want to learn, it doesn't look like I'm making it easy, but when you do this in real time, it's difficult to identify if you don't have the understanding or the chart time, which is experience behind you, Okay, and that's what I'm there for inside of the VIP community, where I provide the guidance on a daily basis of the bias, and then throughout each session as the day evolves, I provide more guidance, more setups, more instructions, as well as all these lessons and videos and notes that I provide inside of the community, which I call in the classroom. Okay, so if you want to learn more about this stuff, if you want to be part of a community that does this every single day, okay, I post all of my results on Twitter, on my YouTube posts in the community section there, and videos on live trade results of my students as well. Everything's there for you to look at. If it's something that you want to learn how to do, then I invite you to join the VIP community. The link to join is in the description below this video. Hope that video is useful. I will now talk with you in a future video.